Welcome to qualifying here in Interlagos as the cars are readying up for what's likely to be a very important session. With the weather as it is today, Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
Traditionally, these are very Adrian Newey conditions. The Red Bull's habit of creating incredible downforce coupled with the high rake they like to run is perfect for the wet, and it's helped them close the power gap a number of times over recent years. I think Force India as well, always a bit of a dark horse in changeable conditions, and of course the McLarens have a fairly good chassis. Having said that, I don't want to make a firm prediction. More than performance, the deciding factor is going to be the timing. The level of wetness out on the track is going to constantly rise and fall, and anyone who can find that perfect window when it's at its driest will have a big advantage out there.
Yes, hello everyone and welcome to another episode in my F1 2017 career mode here today around Brazil. Soggy Brazil, as you can see on my screen, or on the screen I should say. Starting qualifying then in intermediate conditions, coming across the line to set our first lap of the qualifying session, and that got us into, I think it was P10 or something initially, in P16 and then up to P8, so big improvements there. And finishing qualifying then, where do we qualify? Well, it's not in the top 13 obviously, P16, so you know, maybe it could have been an improvement on in the wet, because I've been quite good in the wet, but let's see how we do in the race anyway. So now let's head over to the introductions for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. With so much on the line here today, I can't help but shake the feeling that we're going to have a bit of pushing and shoving, Anthony Davidson, especially into turn 1 this afternoon.
Well, we do see a fair amount of that here at Interlagos, Crofty. It's a tricky braking zone, of course, as you're heading downhill into the centre S, which always makes it easy to lock the inside front and run a bit wide. We've seen a number of occasions over the years with someone from the leading group taking a bit of a knock on the first lap and having to recover. That's one of the reasons we've had so many exciting championship fights here. Hopefully, though, it'll be a clean start, of course, but as you say, I wouldn't be too surprised if it's not.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Massa, Verstappen, Nico Hülkenberg, and Stroll, Raikkonen, Grosjean, Sainz, and Fernando Alonso, Bottas, and Toro Rosso, Kevin Magnussen, and Van Dorn, Ricciardo, Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein, and Sergio Perez. Palmer and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Cheers, Jeff, for the good luck, and hopefully we can get off to a good start in this Grand Prix as per usual, and obviously get in a good position towards the end of the Grand Prix. Obviously the strategy is super soft, and then softs, so hopefully it should work out quite well. And starting in 12th, you know, because of all the penalties that have happened, you know, all that stuff. I don't know why, but towards the end of the season, it's been happening on other people's career modes. Almost all the top teams get penalties. I don't know why, but here we are now on the starting grid. We've got 4 lights. It's 5 lights. Lights out, where we go here for the Brazilian Grand Prix. That was a long wait for the lights to go out. We stroll past Alonso in his McLaren Honda, which is obviously going to happen. And we're now down the inside with 3 wide with our teammate and a Haas. And those two are battling away quite hard there as we now tuck into the slipstream of our teammate, put it up into Rich Mix even. And now down the inside of our teammate, and we've just about got our teammate there for 9th place. So up into the points now already. And now going on to lap 3 now, we've got Valtteri Bottas, which is going to happen right behind us, going down the inside of us into turn 1, and that was inevitably going to happen when they're all behind us in the Grand Prix. Moving on to lap 5 now, we now have Ricciardo behind us, and he's going to sail past us with DRS, which is are going to happen also, because he's in a Red Bull and that's just miles faster. So yeah, not really the greatest start to the Grand Prix here, and now we have Magnussen going to go past us here. I don't know if we have a problem, but we seem to be really slow in a straight line, and I don't know why. It's really strange. I mean, now we have our teammate going past us, and well, no, not our teammate. It's Ocon actually. Sainz is behind him, Perez even, or I don't even know anymore. It's Perez, and there seems to be some really strange issues going on here. We seem to be slower than normal, and I don't know why. But we dive it down the inside of Sergio Perez, give him a little bit of a hard time with that position, squeeze him out just about. He gives us a little bit of a nudge back, and he gets his position back. But now we're going to dive it down the inside once again into the second sector, and now we are side by side to the last sector as it is, and now he's going to go down the inside of the last corner pretty much, and we're still side by side. So fair play to Perez here. He's not going to give it this position easily, but strangely with this engine issue that we seem to be having, I don't know what it is, but we're just losing power, and now Sainz is going to go past us, and Palmer might go past us, and we're diving down the inside of our teammate anyway, and we just about keep it ahead of him. So I don't know what the issue is here, apart from obviously the shadow glitches, which that's why there's an issue. Yeah, what I forgot to do was I forgot to change out the power unit from practice to qualifying. So we're running with an old power unit, and as you can see there, it's fairly warm, and that's why we're having such bad issues here. So yeah, I mean, you can tell it's terrible when you get overtaken by Palmer. So that's how bad it is, and the majority of the power unit is pretty much, you know, on its last legs. I mean, it might not seem it there with the percentage that it's on, but yeah, as we're going side by side with Palmer, I think, so we managed to re-overtake Palmer with that power unit. So I don't know what's going on there, but we're coming into the pits. We're going to soldier on. We're going to come into the pits now for our first pit stop of the Grand Prix here, and hopefully we can get out ahead of whoever we're racing. I think it's Palmer. So, you know, hopefully we can go on to another set of supers, obviously. Hopefully with this issue that we have the power unit, it won't affect us too much, but hopefully we can, you know, hopefully we can recover this race and, you know, not race Palmer too much and obviously lose places. We do come out ahead of Palmer, luckily, so hopefully we... oh no, here we go. He's going to sail past us down round the outside even. We're going to keep it down the inside though, and we managed to keep the position. So we're defending quite well from Palmer. Obviously trying to keep his seat for next season probably. And luckily we aren't as slow as the Saubers, obviously there. So luckily that's a good thing. Passing Ericsson, I think that was, with ease. So now cutting on to lap 15, Palmer is just going to sail past us once again. We're going to try hold it down the inside once again, and hopefully we can get this done. We make contact there, and now we have a car coming out of the pit lane, I think that was, and Palmer just sails around the outside of us. I mean, this just shows how bad the power unit is at the minute, and at this point I was just getting sick of this, and we were being caught by a McLaren Honda. So I thought we'd box this lap, and unfortunately we're going to retire from this race. So sorry for that mistake, guys. It's just a simple mistake on my part. I just forgot to do it, and unfortunately this is a DNF for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Hopefully we can bounce back for the finale.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari. It's a good result for Kimi.
So as Sebastian Vettel takes the victory from his teammate Kimi Raikkonen into Ferrari 1-2, and Hamilton is in third. Obviously, you see that I was the only DNF of the Grand Prix, so that's slightly embarrassing. But I just need to apologise for my mistake. Really, I just simply forgot that I had the power unit from practice in quali in the race. Simply because I did practice a different day, so obviously when I went back to the qualifying, I just forgot that it was there, and I didn't put it back in when I finished practice. So it's really unfortunate there. Really, Carlos Sainz only getting 14th, so he's not really been the best of teammates really. Alonso and Van Dorn down there, and the two Saubers obviously really far behind, which is normal. Unfortunately, we've lost a place to Verstappen there, but there's a point between 3 drivers there, and we can still get 5th place. So hopefully we can get 5th place. That's our objective now in the last race, just to beat Massa and Verstappen. Because basically, if we beat them, we've got 5th place. It's as simple as that. The gap at the top is just massive, and Ricciardo still having a shocker of a season. Perez by himself there behind us, but and Toro Rosso consolidating 5th place in the constructors. But if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.